Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M53 M55. It's the Tier 9 American SVG, and we're on the north spawn of Prokhorovka. And this battle is, this M55 is being commanded by Chris Norman. Now this battle comes from January 2017, and so it's prior to 9.18, prior to the stun effect. And you're going to see Arty with the full cream, that is the full effect of high caliber shells. Now this is an M55, I can tell that because the short fat barrel means it's an 8-inch howitzer. And Chris Norman's taking it off to his firing position. And I think he's going to fire from these bushes here. And he's just setting up and getting ready to fire at the enemy. Okay, he's gone into the aim. And now he's looking down at the enemy on the other side of the map. Now his first target is an E75 and he's just loaded. Takes about 35 seconds to load. Oh, lost sight of that E75. But he has got some team up near the ridgeline, so they should spot an enemy very, very shortly. Now we've got a Wizzy 132 on the other side of the village. Still haven't seen the E75 and the Emil. They should come into view very, very shortly. Got a T71, T49 moving up and down the ridgeline. Trying to get the spots for us. There's the Emil. Okay. He's just traversing the turret to have a look at the Emil. It's moving sideways. Oh, just took a massive hit, that Emil. He's down to just barely a few hit points. And I suspect that was the T49 who just derped him. Okay, we've got an AMX50B lining up a shot on him. Okay. Lost sight of it there. The 50B just took a big hit from somebody. And we do have other Arty on our team. GWE100, another M53, M55. Oh no, it's actually an Object 261. And an M12. I do beg your pardon. I was looking at the enemy, Arty. Okay, we just lost the T49. He just tempted that ridgeline too often and got wiped out by an MX1390. Right, we've got a T32, the other side of the hill. And also a Death Star. Oh no, that's not the Death Star. That's the FB215B heavy tank. Oh, look at that, 1,522 hit points right into the side, and we tracked him. You see, full effect of the Arty can do a huge amount of damage. This is the old Arty before the stun effect, so it has the full force of an 8-inch howitzer. Right, we've got the 113 there, and he's our next target, as indicated. We've lost sight of him temporarily, but our teammates are still firing at him. Okay, so we're about to shoot, almost ready to go, and when he's not shooting, he's holding on to his fire just until he comes into sight. There's the FB215B again. We can wipe him out with the next shot if we can get one in. He's just been hit. There's the T32. That, oh, he almost went over the edge there, that FB215B. It's not the Death Star, because the Death Star would be the tank destroyer. That's the heavy tank version there. And again, we've lost sight. There he is. Stationary now. Round out. Oh, takes him out of the game. 571 hit points and the kill. Say it was the M12 actually who got the kill on the Emil in the end. So we're actually platoon with the M12. This was back in the days when Arty could platoon together. Missed those days. We've got T32. What's the next target we're going to go for? Well, there's a VK4502 near the railway line. And he's sitting there hugging that railway track. And we're going to put a round into him. Lining up the shot. Oh, there's the AMX50B. And he's tried to use his gun depression on the railway line. We fire a round in at him and... oh, we got a direct hit. Wiped him out for 1,183 hit points. Right into his side. So that's a paddling. And we've... somebody else fired at that VK4502. Got a nice hit on him. He's left 34 hit points. So that's all he's got left. Now we're aiming for a Scorpion G. We're reloading. It's about 35 seconds on the reload. There he is. T-71's just spotting for us. Lining up the shot and round out. Yes!
They're knocked out.
514 hit points. He's back in the garage. The scores are even at the moment, but we have collected 3,790 hit points of damage so far in this game. Absolute monster amount. Wizzy 132 indicating him as our next target, and he's been killed. Right, now there's that 4502 moving up the railway line again. He's only got 34 hit points, so he's an easy kill. In fact, we could splash him to death. We're dialing in on him, and no, we don't need to worry because our Object 261 takes him out. But there are other targets we can fire at. There's a T-69 moving across the middle of the map at the moment. Got an AMX 1390 spotting on the west side of the map. An FV4202 at the back of the map. There he is. Oh, he's popped up a little closer now. But we still haven't seen that E75. He must be hiding in the bushes. Now I'm wondering why Chris Norman's not shooting at some of the targets that are lit at the moment. There's that T-69, he could fire at that, and his teammates have been firing at the FV4202. I think actually he was sending a message to some of his team to get in the fight. In fact, that VK4502 should be fighting, and he's not. But they've located the enemy Arty, and they finally found the E75, and he just took out our T30. So going for a shot on him, and just as we were about ready to fire, we lose sight of him. So now we don't know where he is, but we do know where the GWE100 is, and we're adjusting our aim to hit him. Oh, and no, he stopped. And we just lost our spotter. Oh dear. This is not good. The T110E5 has gone down to try and find that GWE100 again, but Chris Norman's not looking at the targets he should be looking at and trying to kill. The E75's come into view again. Okay, he's going after that. And unfortunately our E5s just took a big hit from that E75. We're dialing in. Almost ready. Line up the shot, and we lost sight of him again. Now he's in sight, but he's still moving. Do a leading shot. That's it. Fires a round in. Doesn't get the leading shot right. It's not aligned correctly. The E75 changed course shortly after we fired. Okay, so we've got the long reload again. And that was a round from one of our teammates. I think that was from the M12. Okay, we signaled we're still reloading, but that will tell us, tell our teammates how long we've got left. And we're lined up on the E75, fire a round in, and this time round we get the kill on the E75. 821. Now we've got a 2-tank advantage. The AMX 1390 is probing the midline. Got T69 up at the midline as well. There's that AMX 1390. He always closed the T71. And the M46 Patton, our platoon mate, goes down. Taken out by the 1390. He did a hit and run kill. And unfortunately, the enemy T69 is now moving closer to us. We're lining up a shot on him. And he's moving away from us now. We can get the shot in, but the T-71's too close to fire at the T-69, and we wipe him out. But we're going to have to move position. You've probably seen. And our 261's just been taken out by the enemy M53 55. And we're having to relocate away because we may have been seen by the T-69 just before we were wiped out, before he wiped him out. The AMX 1390 is on the other side of the railway line at the moment, and he's engaging the T-71, and he's just been killed. The M12 is moving up with us. All we've got left is the T-110E5, and he's just ahead of us on the south side of the village. There are 3 tanks left on the enemy team, 3 tanks on our team. Except, of course, the enemy's got 1 Arty, a medium tank, and the AMX 1390, a light tank. And we've got 2 Artys and a heavy tank, or the T-110E5. In a sense, we do have the advantage because 2 Artys and a heavy tank. The heavy tank can locate the enemy, and then obviously all he needs to do is sit back and watch the Artys as they pummel whatever enemy that is to death. But the problem is that the enemy has the AMX 1390, and that is a light tank, and it's a sneaky light tank which has got an auto-loading magazine. And the T-110E5 is not moving. He's just sitting there in the village doing nothing. I suspect that he's waiting for that 1390 to start capping, or for the FV4202 to start come looking for them. And the M12's going up onto the hill, and that will give him the advantage of height, but his view range is actually quite short. Now the FV4202 is this side of the map, and we've auto-aimed at him, dialing in. Remember, we've got a long reload time, 35 seconds rather, and we've been seen, and we take out the FV4202. Great shot, but we've got to move because the enemy will fire at us, and it's the 1390, and he's taken us out. So he is actually this side of the battlefield. He's up in the hills, somewhere around about B9 or A10 or A10, A9. Actually, he's in B8. So very close to where Chris Norman indicated, and he's taken out by the T-110E5, but there's still 1 enemy left, the M53 M55. So the M12 and the T-110E5 need to get down to the enemy cap area. Thanks to Chris Norman, they managed to take out that FV4202, which means that now that the enemy only has their RT to rely on. And if we can start the cap, then at least we can get it running. And the M46 pattern is trying to tell to both of them to turn around and go back to the enemy cap. The T-110E5 has finally turned around and he's coming this way. Let's hope he can get here in time, because it's only 1 minute 36 seconds left on the clock, and even if the M12 starts the cap at 1 minute, it's going to take 1.5 minutes for 1 tank to cap, and with 2 to cap it might be done in time, just might be. The M12 is rushing to the cap as quickly as he can, but if the enemy RT puts a shot into him and resets the cap, then it's going to be impossible. Okay, so they're capping. The M12 has destroyed the camp in the centre. Not really advisable because it does tell the enemy where you are, but he's moved to the edge of the map. Okay, so we're capping, and that was the 1 minute hooter. Here comes the T-110E5. It's a bit late, and I'm not sure if there's enough time left because they've already managed to get 28 cap points. It looks like it's going to end up a draw because the T-110E5 is not going to get here in time. He's very slow. And the enemy is now firing into the cap. No, I don't think there's going to be enough time. Yep, he's only managed to get 50% of the cap points. It's going to take 22 seconds, but there's only 18 seconds left on the clock. So, yep, it's going to be a draw. There's no way that they can win this. All because the T110E5 decided to go back to his own cap rather than come to this one. Oh dear. And it's a loss. It's a draw. And the M53 tried to get a reset at the last second as well. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's a first class tanker for Chris Norman in the M53, M55. He did a very good job getting rid of that 4202 at the end. But sadly, because the T110E5 went on a little jaunt, he lost them, cost them the game, so to speak. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 14. He got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 5. He got a Gore's medal for doing more damage than 10 times the hit points for his own vehicle. And he got the high caliber for getting the highest damage in the game overall. But they got a draw because the T110E5 played the game wrong. So let's have a look at the team damage. Well, yep, 5,079 hit points. That's the high caliber. Next highest scorer on the game was the GWE 100 on the enemy team. He managed 3,660 hit points. Then came the M53, M55, who was still alive at the end. He managed 3,339. But yes, it was Chris Norman who managed to get the highest amount because he was working the hardest during that game overall. When it came to kills, again, Chris Norman got the highest. He got 5. The AMX 1390 got 4. The one who killed Chris Norman, he was working pretty efficiently. And when it came to base XP, it was again Chris Norman who got the highest on his team, 655. But the highest scorer overall for base XP was the T69 on the enemy team. He managed to get 685. And then came the 1390. He managed to get 683. So let's have a look at detail report. Well, Chris Norman fired 8 rounds. He got 6 direct hits, 6 penetration, damage of 5,079 hit points, of which 4,611 were more than 300 meters. He received 2 hits from the enemy, both from the MX 1390. They were both penetrations, and that was the end of him. He damaged 5 of the enemy, he killed 5 of the enemy, and on a standard account he earned 31,437 credits. He got an achievements award for getting the epic medals, 3,725, and that brought up a total of 35,162 credits. And after repair, ammunition resupply, he actually had a credit balance of 6,507 credits to take away. He received 655 XP, base XP, plus the achievements award again for 372, so he took away 1,027 experience points altogether. But I think he'll be pleased with his performance. It's just that T110E5, he just let you all down. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.